All right, so this is the work vegetable garden. It's been a couple days since I've been here, and hopefully everything is doing well. I'll leave the holes out, hoping that it might motivate somebody to water things. But if they don't, it's okay. The weather has been giving in the form of precipitation, so things look pretty good. Okay, the answer. Trying to do something strange here on this mammoth sunflower, which is doing. These were the wonky sunflowers. I don't know if you all remember from a previous video. They were just really wonky looking, but they're doing pretty good. I have these elephant ears, which, if you remember the last video, they were much smaller. But as we all know that colocaceae do, they get bigger each new leaf. You can actually at least leave one leaf on the plant at any given time until they get to the desired size that you want. So which means when this puts out the new leaf, you cut off the old leaf, and then when the new leaf is coming out, you cut off the old leaf, and that encourages the plant to put out bigger growth each time. But there are varying stages of growth here. There's some that have barely broke the surface, and then there's some bigger ones here. They were all planted at the same time, so that's pretty strange, but I'm sure by the end of the summer this will be a nice massive area of elephant ears, which should look quite nicely. We have harsh shadows. I'm going to try to work this out though. I have some zinnias grown back here. They all look good. Nothing is suffering. Everything looks good. We do have these weeds back here that easily gets pulled out and discarded. Oops, I almost stepped on my firecracker marigolds here. They're doing good too. What I'm going to do now to encourage a more bushier plant is to come in here and simply pinch off the top. And what that'll do is encourage more of a bushier plant. Creeping phlox is looking good here. There were 3 at one time. One died over the winter, so these 2 are doing pretty good, and they'll be nice come next spring. The little Pallet vegetable garden here is doing absolutely amazing. You have some Thai basil, you have some tomatoes, peppers. We have some, what is this stuff called? Bindweed that wants to just kind of like take over everything, but I have to just pull it off. Potatoes, potato blossoms. These are potato blossoms, which are lovely to look at. Tomatoes is crammed, packed with all kinds of stuff. There's thyme in here, and it is a garden that, if you go back and look at some of the videos, provides an opportunity for the individuals that I work with to get out and do something that requires them to escape their head for a minute. And isn't that what we all use a garden for? Just an escape. So it does the same thing for them, and it's wonderful. So tomato is putting out flowers, and this was grown from seed, direct sowed right in this little plot here, and it's doing quite nicely for it to have blossoms already. I think it's been a full 4 or 5 weeks that's been growing. Potato flowers, beautiful. Who knew? I didn't. I don't know if this is the smell I'm smelling. It smells vinegary. Something smells vinegary. But the backyard here is huge. If this was my house, I'd have an orchard and all kinds of things. I'm going a little tour here. So this is an azalea bush that looks like a Sesame Street character in the springtime. It is a mound of pink flowers, but unfortunately it has this tree of heaven, which is an invasive species of tree that is like right smack dab in the middle. I don't do the yard work here. They have a service that does it, and they kind of like just cut the grass. They don't really do too well with the pruning the trees and stuff like that. But it is completely, close your eyes if you don't like bindweed. It is completely covered in this bindweed here, which is sticky and just like smothering this bush. And because I am who I am, and I occasionally get a little bit sad about it because it's such a beautiful bush, but it's smothering this thing and it just looks very unsightly. I'll come out here and I'll just kind of like rip it out and get distracted from work. It has a fairly nice flower, but it's not a marigold. It's, if I'm correct, a bindweed, which is in the marigold family, but it's just crazy. Like it smothers this plant here. Like, look at the top of this. This is incredible. And once I've done filming, I'll do my best to remove some of this, but I have to get back to work. Here's another one of those tree of heaven. These were introduced to cities a very long time ago. They were a tree that grew quickly, and they became an invasive thing that is very difficult to get rid of. It is a host plant for the spotted lanternfly, which is another invasive species at the moment, and they are also very difficult to get rid of. But the spotted lanternfly seems to love the tree of heaven. I remember these as a kid, growing in the alleyways in the city, and I just never knew what they were, but now I do. There's some thistle. That is the call. Why am I trouble? I ain't do nothing. What did I do? Come on out here. Come on out here. Say hi. Guess that's a no. This is a dogwood that I planted. It was about this tall when I planted it. I got it off the discount rack at, I believe, Home Depot. And look at it now. I think I did a video a while ago. It had suffered. It had some spotting on the leaves, and I just really left it alone. I didn't treat it or anything because I knew that once it survived that, you gonna come beat me up? Oh, say hi. Say hello. Say hello. You ain't gonna say hi?
I'm gonna take out my bathroom.
You want me to check your bathroom?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Can I talk about this tree real quick? You know what kind of tree this is? It's a dogwood tree. It barks. Did you know that? That's why they call it a dogwood, because it barks.